Welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good day at trading Friday. We had a pretty good day. Did trade out of some that we've been holding for just a little while. We had a real good week on pocketing the money. So that's what we like to do, is take those trades when they give you a good return. Even though we know sometimes these things are going to keep going up sometimes. And it's painful to watch when they keep going up. But that's, you got to stick to your strategy. These things come back down, so you just play them as many times as you can. That's what we've been doing with NVAX. So we're going to talk about our trades that we made this week as we look at our portfolio. Do want to thank everybody who's subscribed lately. Really appreciate that. If you have not subscribed, look for that little subscribe button down in the corner and click that, and you can subscribe. Like the videos if you like the videos. Also, at the end of the video, you also have another chance to subscribe as well. But I really appreciate that. And we're up to 111 subscriptions now. I know that's nothing on YouTube, but it means a lot, and I appreciate that. So if you get a chance, don't forget to do that. So let's go ahead and jump over and take a look at our portfolio and see how things did this week. All right, so here's our portfolio. It's kind of a long list. We don't necessarily own every one of these now, but these are some that we've traded recently. And so we'll take a look at them and talk about them as we go here. Mstr is one of the ones I did trade out of Friday. We did sell that one. Sold it in our IRAs and our cash accounts. We had it about 2 days. And made about a little bit over 7% on our IRAs, and we made about 3.25% on our cash account on that. But we only had it for 2 days, so a very good trade there. This is beginning to be one of my favorites. This is Micro Strategies. They are a big purchaser of the Bitcoin as far as their cash reserves go. That's what they do with their cash reserves. I watch the CEO all the time on YouTube. He's a big proponent of the Bitcoin, and so that's kind of what their stock trades on. It's going to kind of follow the Bitcoin. I want to show you the 5-day chart here. As you can see here, this thing has some pretty good swings, and it's a good one to trade. So that's what I did last week. I missed the opportunity to make even more money on it, but Friday I went ahead and took it when it came up, and it did come up towards the end of the day, right at the close, to fill my orders at 777 is what I had my orders out there at. So you can see what it closed at, 777.04. But nice trades on this one. Traded it a couple of times now, I believe, and so we're going to be looking to get back in this one as well. We'll watch it for a pullback on it, maybe to this. You see this range here. Got a 722. If we can get down here, even at these levels, closer to 700, that'd be even better. But just depends how the market's going. This, what I've seen with this one here as well, is it's kind of follows the Nasdaq too. So if the Nasdaq is having a good day, this one's probably going to have a good day. Watch for it swinging though, based off the price of Bitcoin as well. So tied in with the Bitcoin and the Nasdaq market overall. So that's kind of how I'm going to know when to get in. If it's a bad day in the Nasdaq, we're probably going to have a pretty good chance of getting in on this one. Okay, so probably be trading into that one again next week at some point. Hopefully next week sometime. It could keep going. That one's got a high of over $1,000 in the last few months. Apple's another one we bought last week. Still holding that one. Let's just take a look at that 5-day chart. Kind of, down at a low for the 5 days. So Apple's, it's a great company. Not gonna lose any money putting money in Apple if you hold it long enough. Volume was up a little bit. Nasdaq was down, so this one was down. That's what you got to kind of watch on these markets. That's the futures there, but the Nasdaq was down, so we'll be watching this one as well, maybe adding to the position. What I'm trying to do is trying to build some positions in some of these better stocks, these blue chip, what I call blue chip high tech. So Apple's being one. Square is another one. We're still holding Square. This one's also got a little tie-in with Bitcoin. Watch out for that. But it's going to follow that Nasdaq as well. So there's your 5-day chart. You can see it's pulled back a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at that 1 month chart. Yeah, it's pulled back a pretty good bit in the 1 month as well. Square is a good one though. I've got a lot of confidence in that one. So we're going to hang on to that. Tesla. Now Tesla's a good one to trade. It's been going up and down, up and down. So you can see here, even that during the day here, you got all the way down to this level. It looks like the low for the day was 624. So it actually got a little bit lower than that. You could make $30 on a share there. So, but that's a good stock. I like Tesla. I like the CEO, Elon Musk. There's your 5-day chart. It's down a little bit. Did see some news coming out about some new batteries or something. So watch for that. See it coming out tomorrow. I don't see it listed here, but I saw it earlier. It was like some kind of battery. It allow them to go across country 3 times or something. So we'll see if that news comes out. You might have a good day tomorrow, especially if the Nasdaq does real good tomorrow as well. That's of course on the Nasdaq. Anytime the Nasdaq's having a bad day, you'll see a lot of these are going to be down too. Even though Nasdaq, Tesla did squeeze out a green day. All right, U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel's been a good one. Of course, we traded out of that last week, cashed in on that one, but we like this one a lot. This is our top dog for the year. But the levels I like, you may get in down here in the low 20s, but I like that 17, 18 level. Let's see where that's at. It's been a while since it's been down here, but these levels here, these are the ones I really like. You can see it gets a little resistance there at the 19 level, but once it gets to there, it usually goes up to 24 or so. And then so these levels, especially if you can get in around this 1751, anything 18 and below, that's a good level for me. I'm going to get in and start buying around that level. And like I said, it's been a real good one this year. It's going to be a lot of talk about infrastructure. So as long as they're talking about infrastructure and that kind of deal, you're going to see U.S. Steel and these steel mills perk up a little bit. So be ready for that. PayPal also got a little bit of Bitcoin tie-in as well. Also on the Nasdaq, so watch that Nasdaq when it goes down. These will go down, and it'd be a good opportunity to purchase them. We talked about this before. You know, when your stocks are going down, you got to think about 3 things: is it the market broke, is the stock broke, or is the company broke? And as far as I know, none of these companies are broke, and it doesn't seem like it's a stock broke because they all seem to go down when the Nasdaq goes down. So it's really the market breaking. And so when that market pulls back, you get good opportunities to buy into some of these good companies because they're going to pull back automatically when the market pulls back. So that's what I like to do. Those red days seem bad for when you're holding a bunch of Nasdaq stocks, but if you got cash on the sideline, that's a good time to put some of it to work. Whether it's the Dow, whether it's S&P, or whether it's the Nasdaq. Okay, so PayPal, GBTC, we sold out of that one actually Friday. We only had it in the cash account. We sold that. Let me see here. I sold that one out of the cash account. We made 1.5%. So it didn't make a ton of money on it as far as that goes, as far as percentage, but we only had it a week. So you're looking at 1.5%. That's a CD at the bank, but it's only a week in time. So that's something, I'm going to do every once in a while just to get the cash. I wanted to get my cash built up before the weekend so I can start the week out with some cash. And we are at a 48% level, almost 49% level cash. And that's a good spot to be especially when these Dows are having days where they pull back 300 or 400 points. You know, if you got some cash, you can get in on some stuff. But there you go, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. If you don't want to, you know, fool with trying to figure out Bitcoin and that kind of thing, you can just go into this trust here, and that's a way to play it. Okay. Here's another way to play it, HUTMF. These are Bitcoin miners, and HUTMF, Bitcoin miners. So I think I'm still holding that one. I believe I am. So yeah, so let's take a look at what it did for the week. Pretty flat for the week. I mean, started out here, right around in here, and then ended right around in there. So just about ended right where it started. So had a little dip there. Had an opportunity to get in there somewhere if you were watching it. But that's a going to trade. Just take a look at the month-long chart on this one. It's down for that. Let's take a look at that 6 months. You go out a little bit further, and you can start seeing the trend here. That's a good return in 6 months. Now, there's a lot of other Bitcoin minings, and I've done a little research on them, and they've already gone up. So this is one that has not taken off like some of the others, but I don't know why, because it does have more Bitcoin even than some of the others. So, and it's the guy I watch on YouTube. He's really good with all the crypto stuff, and this is the one he kind of recommended on his show. So I like it. I've already traded it once or twice, and we're going to keep trading it. In and out, in and out. I mean, I'm not going to be holding anything any longer. And if I make these amounts that I'm making, I'm going to go ahead and cash in on stuff. And speaking of cashing in, you can see here we had a pretty good day with NVAX. Shot up at the end of the day. I actually had some trades out there thinking, you know, if it hits this, I'm going to go ahead and cash it out. So I think I think it was 225 is what I had, or 220. Yeah, I think I actually had mine at 225, and it just blew right through the 225 at the end of the day. You can see here, see that chart at the end of the day, it was sitting down here, and I put that trade in at 225, and it just went right up there and got them. So volume, half volume. This thing could shoot up tomorrow on any kind of news. Of course, it could drop on any kind of news as well. So I will be getting him back in this one. Let's see what might be a good point to get back in, just for stay in the trade, because I really do think that this one's going to have some good news. Let's see, 204. That wouldn't be a bad little return if you got in at 204. Let's see what a month looks like. You're more likely going to be able to get in at these levels here. If you can get in something like this, all the way back down to 153, 157, that'd be wonderful. But I don't think it's going to drop that far before the next news. So anything close to 200 would give you a 10% return if you get back to this same spot. So I may start nibbling at 200 if I can get in around there. I don't know that it's going to go down that far. It went up to $11, so that'd be about, yeah. It'd take a couple bad days to get that one to get down there. It's the Nasdaq, so it could be pulled down by the Nasdaq. So let's just watch this one. Let's go ahead and look at that 6 month chart. Yeah, you're gonna have it's sitting right here. I mean, it's just gonna be, the trend will probably be down so long there's no news. I would be very surprised if it kept going up with no news, but who knows? And they could put out any kind of little news to keep it up. So that's one I like to trade. That was one of my favorites. Been in and out of it for many years, several years, last 3 or 4 years, and it's definitely on the news a lot with the vaccine. So that's a good one. Akamai had a good day. Everything was pretty green. We may have closed up Friday. I can't remember now, because it sure is a lot of green ones here. It might have been at the end of the day everything went green, but yeah, we got some of them that were red pretty much all day. But anyway, Akamai's up another %, so we like that. One I've been watching since 1999. We got a ways to go. Let's see here. There's your 1 month, your 6 month. You know, if we get up to here, we'll probably be trading out of it somewhere up in there. It'd be nice to get a good spike like this, but I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. I have to check what we're in at, but if I can get my 6% out of this one, I'll be out of it pretty quick. So we like to get 6% when we make a trade, and we've been doing pretty consistently this year on what I've been trading. Let's see here. SPCE, this is the one that's got us, though. This is the one that's really been beating us up lately. Take a look at this month chart. I forget where we're in. We're in the 40s, I believe. So we're down a pretty good bit on this one. We just need to hang on to it and see if it'll turn around for us. It can run pretty quick, you can see here. And it has gotten up as high as 62 this year. So not impossible for us to get back to the winning spot on that one. But it is beat up pretty bad on us right now. So we'll just have to ride it out. And let's see here. UVXY, this is probably the most disappointing one I've had all year. Not as far as the amount lost, but just losing. Hadn't sold it yet, so I hadn't lost a dime. But it just is not acted the way I thought it would act. I thought this market has been a little bit more volatile than what this thing's indicating, and it's managed to go on a downward trend. It's almost like it's acting like it's a short of the market, which means it's going the opposite of the market. But volatility, to me, is something that goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And we've seen a lot of that in the Nasdaq for sure. So I don't know why the VIX would be something that's supposed to reflect the VIX be doing this kind of thing. But it is what it is. You live and you learn. So we're going to hang on to it and try to get our money back. If we get to even on that, I'll probably cash it out. This one here, doing just, it's doing okay. It's a short of the S&P. We kind of expect it to be what it's doing. I mean, it's not done anything much. Neither has the S&P. So nothing really out of expectation there. But not that I'm not going to be adding to either one of those. Coca-Cola, I won't be adding to it, but it's a good solid stock. It's not going to go anywhere. It pays a little dividend. I don't care about the dividends. I don't buy anything for dividends. I'm in and out before I have to worry about dividends in most cases. So pretty flat. Not going to lose any money on this. More than likely, something crazy happens with Coke. But we'll get out of it. If I may get out of it 2 or 3%. I was trying to put some money in these three things here because my thought was the market was going to pull back, but I've been wrong on that. The market, of course, the Nasdaq has a little bit, but your S&P and your Dows keeps hitting new highs, and so been wrong on that. That's okay. Probably won't be wrong before the year's over with, so we'll just hang on to them. Tilray chased that one against all of my understanding. So I know better, but I chased it, and I'm stuck in this one at, I think we got in at 66. So we are way away from that one. Yeah, you see this big spike? That was where I bought. So that was crazy. But anyway, I've done that before. It's not probably won't be the last time I do something I know better. But now I may be holding this one for a couple of years before it comes back. But it'll be back. I'm not, like I said. Now this is one of my big winners for the year. So it took me 2 years to cash out on it before, and it ended up being one of my big winners for the year. So if I were to sell right now, this here, we would probably still be up on Tilray for the year. So not that we're down, but I'm holding a loser. That's for sure. As far as what I've got in it, but that's the way you got to look at it sometimes. I mean, don't get caught up on your entry price on these things sometimes, and don't get freaked out because one goes down on you. You got to learn. I think the term now everybody's referred to is diamond hands. I'm one of those with diamond hands until it goes up. Okay, when it goes up, I get them paper hands around 6%. Okay, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'll take that 6% if it's quick money. Like I said, that MSTR, we only had it for 2 days and made 7% on MSTR. NVAX, we had 17 days and we made 12.25%, 13% in the cash account. So 17 days, 2 days, you're making 7% and 13% on, on 17 days. So that's money I'm gonna take in most cases. Why get greedy? Why get greedy on something like that? And you just do that over and over and over during the year, and you end up with a pretty good return for the years over with. So Nikola, that's a electric truck company. It has been a pretty good disappointment. We got a good stake in that one, but it has been beat up. As you can see, that's a downward trend if I ever saw one. Just terrible, really, for the year. Now, from these, of course, from these big points here, but this is a 6 month. Let's look at that year chart. Yeah, so you got way up here at 65. That was probably a ridiculous price to be at anyway. But we've had a pretty good downward trend. But it just did an offering recently, and it does an offering, and that happens. And sometimes they pull back a little bit on the offering. That's okay. It's a survival tool. A lot of times, it's needed money to keep the business going, to make some purchases of whatever they need. I understand they're building a production outfit there, so once they get that built and they start producing some of these vehicles, it may turn for us, but it could be another year or two. We just hang on to it and be patient, and that's when things usually happen good, if you have patience in the market. So let's take a look at those futures. We did get a peek at them a while ago, and just kind of see what's going on. It's kind of early on a Sunday, but let's go ahead and see if we can get back to that and just take a look at those futures real quick. Let's see here. All right, so we do have a little green on the Nasdaq Dow. It's pretty flat across the board. So there you have it. Looks like tomorrow is going to start out who knows where. Looks like probably just a flat start, maybe, hopefully. Of course, things can change a lot between now and then. It doesn't matter either way to me. I've got the cash to put to work. So if it pulls back, that's just an opportunity to jump in there on some of this stuff. So don't be surprised if I don't get on here. I'll probably get on here maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, more likely Wednesday. And we'll make a video and talk about any trades we made the first few days. But the ones I'm going to be trading are the ones I've sold out of, probably. Trying to get new positions in those. NVAX, MSTR, GBTC, some of those things there. Maybe adding to some of those other ones that we've been building positions in. If Tesla pulls back too much, I'll jump in on some more of that. But just trying to, make these trades. Like I said before, if you do this over and over and over again, your return is just, it's just can be really nice if you keep doing it over and over in a year. You want to churn through your money. Okay, you don't want it just to sit there and just sit on the side the whole time. We keep a pretty good bit, as you can see. We've been anywhere from 50 to 60% cash most of the time. Now we did. You didn't get to see it because I traded. Traded out of it Friday, but I had gotten down to like 24% cash. But we traded and made some sales. That's one reason I did that, because I like to stay around that 50% level if I can. Now, I don't mind getting down to 20 something either. If I know I'm green on some others that I can possibly cash out on at the end of the week to get my cash levels back up, that's kind of my strategy too. I'm not going to trade out if I'm not going to go diving in down to 20% if everything's red. I just felt more comfortable to jump in on some things because we had gotten up so far on NVAX, and it was just I just knew good and well I could put a bunch of cash on the sideline because we had a good sized position in that one. So that's what we do. All right, try to keep that dry powder so you can when these markets dip 400 and 500 points in a day, that's when you put money to work. Okay. Of course, you could get two of those in a row, so don't forget about that. It could, don't put it all to work in one day, and you don't want to spread it out in case there's a couple bad days in a row, and you don't want to get caught with all your cash, tied into the market. So that's when it's no fun, when you got all your cash in, and if you're like me, I don't like to sell anything that's in the red. So it's a painful time when you got all your money in there and all you can do is watch it go down. Of course, you could sell out, you could sell out and have a different strategy than me. I just don't like to do that. I like to, I'm going to just hang on to it. It's just a matter of time for stuff turns around. It can be a year sometimes, but it's going to turn in most cases. So if you look at the trends on the Nasdaq, the S&P, and the Dow over 10 years, 5 years, the trend is up. So what does that tell you? It tells you if you just hang on to what you got, when it goes down, you're going to be fine. So that's why I can sleep at night. That's why I don't worry about this stuff. And these down days are opportunities, and that's what we like to do. Hey, don't forget to click this button right here and subscribe before you leave today. I really appreciate that. And we'll get back with you sometime later in the week. Thanks. Bye.